Did you see Ariel Helwani's interview with Demetrius Johnson? Ariel Helwani is a savage. He goes off on Ali Abdelaziz. He goes off on all of his fighters under his management company. He goes off on Henry Cejudo, basically saying that Henry Cejudo's a little lapdog, that he ain't got the Cajones to stand up for himself and do what he says and live up to his word, because he's got a master up here controlling every move he makes. Ariel Helwani goes off on Cejudo. Apparently, Cejudo was supposed to do an interview with Helwani, but Ali Abdelaziz was like, none of my fighters are going to go on that show because he's biased against my fighters. Like, for whatever reason, like, he's claiming that Helwani is biased against his fighters. It's like, dude, like, if anybody says anything negative about your fighters, like, maybe it's just because, like, they did something wrong. Like, you can't just get pissed off at people just for, like, you know, pointing out when somebody does wrong. Like, that's just dumb. You know what I mean? So freaking Helwani went off and he said freaking, basically, like, Ali Abdelaziz is like the freaking drill instructor, and all of his little peon freaking, you know, under his management company, all his little peon fighters are like, yes sir, yes sir. And Ariel Helwani's like, and Ali is like, none of you are going to go on the Ariel Helwani show. Sir, yes, sir. And basically he's saying that's the way it is in this management company. And Cejudo can't even live up to his word because he's got to bow down to his boss, Ali. When I say jump, you say how high. Jump. How high, sir? Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. That's pretty funny. I mean, I kind of can see the point of what, like, if you're a team, you know, if you're a team and everyone just agrees, like, yeah, we shouldn't go on his show because he's biased. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you guys are freaking men, right? You guys are freaking men. It's like, if what all he's saying is wrong, then, like, I wouldn't, like, you know, even Demetrius Johnson was like, I wouldn't listen. Like, I wouldn't listen. I mean, obviously it's easy to say that because he's not there, but it's like, you know, does Ali, does that have any basis in the truth? Is like, I don't think Ariel Helwani is biased against his fighters. I really don't. So for him to come out and say that just because, you know, he says something negative, it's like you have to take the good and the bad. Like Helwani always gives props when props are due, and he always, you know, that's just the life of a commentator. It's the life of somebody who commentates on MMA, on fighting. Is like, you have to point out, you can't just be like, oh, these guys are so great, they're the best ever, and no matter what they do, just like bow down to them. No, that's not the way life works, my dude. Like, you have to take the good and the bad, and it's like these fighters are really missing out on, you know, this is a big show. So yeah, I don't know if I really agree with that, with, you know, Ali Abdelaziz and just, like, you know, cracking the whip on his boys, like, yo, you listen to what I say. You know, who knows? I mean, it could be in the freaking contract that he has a say. Like, he's like maybe one of the fighters was like, you know, I'm gonna go on that show. Hey man, I'm gonna go on that show, man. I don't think they're biased. Pull, and then Ali whips out the contract. Right here. Section 5402, it says, I have the final say on which show you can go on. I basically own you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the way it is, but you never know, man. Like, these people like Don King, man, he's the freaking Don King of freaking MMA. Like, Don King once made a fighter sign an empty contract, a blank contract. And the guy was like, hey, why is this contract blank? And Don King was like, oh, don't worry. I'll fill it in later. With whatever I want to, you know, in his mind, it's like, with whatever I want to fill it in with. Basically, I own you as far as I can. Like, obviously the law doesn't allow you to own somebody, but it probably allows you to get pretty close to freaking owning somebody, you know, depending on what you put in that contract. So these guys know that. They know what they can put in, what they can get away with, and who knows what he has in there. Maybe when he says, you guys can't go on this show, it's like they're going to basically lose everything if they go on that show. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. We really don't know, but that was freaking funny. Ariel Helwani coming out and basically saying these guys have no cojones, that they have a master, and that they're just little lapdogs who just have to do whatever their master says. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that these fighters are in the right? Like, you know, they should all stick together. Like, oh, well, they're a team, you know, they should stick together. I mean, but what if it's something bad? What if all of them say, oh, well, let's do this, and it's something bad? You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't just go along with something just because everybody's doing it. But I could see, you know, the point of not doing it if all your crew's not doing it. Or do you think, like, Ali really does got these guys by the short and hairies and basically control whatever they do and say? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Peace.